Hello again everyone, random product review. It's a lighter, in particular a tabletop lighter. The reason I don't smoke, but the reason why I have so many lighters is I used to smoke before COVID, but I very often have to heat shrink tubing, and you know, some of these are just a little bit too powerful, like this Jet Blast one. This one's still fine. This is like probably 5 years old. So, but it does heat up very quick. You know, this is metal here, and it starts to get hot if you leave it on a long time. This is an old flame style, although it's butane powered, and so that's okay for a heat shrink. But it doesn't want to stand. It doesn't want to stand easily because it's so small. I mean, it'd probably be great for actually smoking cigarettes. This one works fine as well as a jet flame, but I'm a little worried. I bought some of these with the clear canisters, and this plastic eventually cracked on those. But so far, this again is probably 5 years old, and it's holding up well. So this Honest brand is pretty good. This is a free lighter I got from something or another. It's just a flame one again, and this one will stand, and that one works fine. But yeah, okay, nothing wrong with that. This is a real Dunhill lighter, and it seems to be out of gas. A little too classy, I think, to be using. And just for what spurred my purchase is this. This is an actual blowtorch that goes onto one of those canisters for cooking. But after probably 6 years, look at the plastic. It was never sitting in the sun. It's always been in the shade. But the plastic, right? So I don't want to use this anymore. It feels like it's dangerous. Although it did work great. I mean, this thing will put out a flame that far, and you can adjust it, you know, how much you have. This functionally still works, but it does freak me out. So, alright, well, this showed up in the mail. I got this off AliExpress as usual. I have no affiliation. Buy the stuff wherever you want. Comes in many different colorways. I just had to go with a fake burled walnut one and gold, just to be more of a pimp, I guess. I don't know, just to have something different from the other ones. So let's see what this guy is all about. It's relatively heavy, actually. If this matters to you, let's see what the weight is on this guy. It's beyond the capacity of this scale. Yeah, sorry. So that's not very good. Sorry. It's probably listed in the... I'll try to see if it's in the AliExpress listing. Alright, well, this is plastic, what I'm touching here. This gold plastic. This is metal. It feels cold to the touch. It doesn't have that hollow noise like this. This fake wood, of course, is going to be plastic. But up here, this is probably metal. It's very cold to the touch. So you can see there's a physical break right there. So metal, and that's all plastic down here. What I do wonder is what the cylinder inside of this is, if it's plastic or not. It probably is plastic. It looks very similar to this, right? So, but this is a different brand. Okay, well, you can adjust the flame by flipping this out. You can get your fingernail in there pretty easily. And let's see. It's a piezoelectric, and this might be a lock. Yeah, this locks it out. That might leave it on. There's no gas in this, of course. And then I believe this black thing is a ceramic shield of some sort to maybe allow it to continually stay on. I believe this is targeted for, you know, smokers, real smokers that just want a lighter that's on a table. But you see, it's kind of rocking, right? It's not a very stable footprint. I got this because it has a big footprint, but somehow this plastic isn't actually molded properly. I think it's actually bowing out a little bit here, so that's kind of poor design, right? It should have been, yeah. I guess if you don't care about appearance, you could just take the whole thing to a piece of file or sanding board and just sand it all smooth. It's probably just a little bit there. Okay, well, that's disconcerting anyways. It actually feels pretty good in the hand. You know, it fills up the palm very, very much. I have a size extra large hand, by the way. And then an interesting design here. I'm not sure why. This gold tube isn't actually connected to the bottom. What I'm suspecting is maybe there's a line coming up through one of the sides, and that's where the gas is entering up here, and this is sucking in air, and maybe that's causing a turbo effect, like a jet airplane. So that's what I assume. The nozzle is probably stainless steel, and you can see all the little nozzles there, and there's, maybe that's where the fuel comes out, or maybe that's the piezoelectric. Let me try to flick this. Now the flicking, oh yeah, it is, I think it is arcing right there. So interesting. Let me go fill this up with some gas. So I tried to fill it with gas and there's no O-ring down there, so it just wasted a lot of gas. So that's poor quality control. I'm not sure if they all don't have an O-ring down there, but without an O-ring a lot of gas just gets wasted. So keep that in mind. So I had a really hard time filling this thing with my regular butane adapters. This hole, this exterior hole, is 3.8, maybe 4 probably. I can't get to the inside. The inside shaft is quite recessed. Basically all the adapters I have basically are slightly wider than that brass, pipe there. But there's no O-ring, it's the hole of my adapters is not bigger than that piece of brass in there. So I can't actually slide down and touch the O-ring that I put in there. So keep that in mind. I basically had wasted a lot of gas just trying to refill this, because it was just a metal on metal contact, not metal on rubber contact. Alright, with that said, this thing has a serious flame to it. I turned it all the way down before, but it wouldn't actually ignite. So if we go clockwise, it's all the way down. So let me do that. So that's all the way clockwise. Nothing, right? Maybe an eighth? No. Let's do a quarter turn. So you can see that flame is going pretty far, and that's the minimum. So let's see if I burn myself. Jeez, it's gonna be ridiculous. All right. It's hard to tell. If I had to guess, that flame is between 4 and 5 inches, or 100, 130 millimeters. So, yeah, this would be good more for like starting a fire. This is way too powerful to be doing heat shrink. There's just no way. I'll just have to stick my heat shrink gun. Okay, well, I almost feel this is also too dangerous to try to smoke cigarettes with. I mean, if you have a flame this long, you're gonna burn your face off. I mean, this thing is probably like 3,000 degrees, right? So, anyways, let's turn it on and lock it. Yeah, so that lock switch will work, and you literally have to undo that black safety switch. 30 Celsius. So that's how hot that piece of metal got. Which isn't hot at all. That's like a warm day, I guess. Yeah, 31, 32. So this black thing does its job. It's some sort of insulator. And so I suspect that's going to keep this metal piece I'm touching now from heating up very much. But unfortunately, the flame is just too big. But as I mentioned, I think if you want to start campfires, your barbecue, this is perfect because there's so much reach, and it should probably never get hot enough to actually become uncomfortable to hold because it has that insulator there. Only time will tell to see how long that piezoelectric starter stays intact. And then there's no sight window, so I have no idea how much fluid is left in the tank. I have no idea how big the tank is. It would have been cool if there was like a sight window right here, assuming there's a plastic tank there, like this one. I would have to assume it's going to have something at least that big. Okay, well, hopefully you learned something. Well, I guess I got to crank this up to the max and have this kind of far away from anything. It'll probably melt my monitor. So, again, I kind of wish the plus and minus are over here, because when you flick the handle up, you can't tell the plus and minus. But counterclockwise makes it full blast. Alright, so that's full blast now. Yeah, it's not much longer than before, but I would assume it has to be longer. I would say it's reaching out to 6 inches or 150 millimeters now. Okay, well, The stability's a problem. It's too powerful. Maybe that's what you want. I'll see you guys in the next random review. If anything, you might want to learn that you don't want to buy these if you expect it to last, because the plastic is cheap. This Covea one. I assume they're probably all the same. Okay, thanks for watching. See you guys.